everybody and welcome back to the channel, and if you're here for the very first time, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm Jane, my husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British early retirees, we've got no debt, we've paid off the mortgage and we live a thrifty, frugal and money saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Wednesday we invite you in for a mid-week money chat. And this Wednesday is we're going to share with you how we are going to get our finances back on track after a massive and sudden and unplanned for and unsaved for expense. Quick recap. I had to get back to the UK and in a hurry. I had 24 hours notice to get there. I had to get the next ferry. I had to hire a car. If you've ever hired a car in the UK, you will know it is massively expensive. I needed to spend money when I was there. I don't need to share with you the reasons I was there. It was not my business, it was other people's business, and they don't have YouTube channels and they're not sharing it with you. So I had to get back. There was no question about it. It couldn't wait. I had to go. So you're asking yourself, where did I get the money from that? Now, we don't use credit cards, we don't use debt, we don't have any. So what I had to do was just take all of the amount of money from savings. And now we're going to talk about how we're going to fill those savings back up again. There's something that I needed to add in here because I know you can't resist giving people money saving advice, and that's why we're here, isn't it? We are money saving people. This was not a time to be thrifty or frugal, and whatever I spent there, I needed to spend it when I was there. And why I needed to spend it and what I needed to spend it on, again, isn't up for discussion. But those 4 days cost me €1,500, and that is a whack of money to spend rapidly. And now I'm going to go into what we're going to do to get that back into our savings. When any of us have savings and we take a chunk of money out of it and it wasn't planned, we have to fill that savings pot up again, because that savings has plans for something else. So the first thing that we need to do is that Mike and I have sat down and discussed that we want to fill that savings pot up again in 6 months. And what we've done is we've simply divided the total amount of money that I've spent by 6, and we know that we have to fill up our savings pot again by €250 a month. What does that actually mean for us? That means for us that we put ourselves from here onwards for the next 6 months on a no spend. Now, in a normal no spend month for us, we pay all our bills, we put fuel in the car, we buy food, but it is our discretionary amount of money that we do not spend. And for the next 6 months to pay that back, that means that we will not use our discretionary budget. Now, our discretionary budget, which means our spare money each month, is usually around $150 a month. And that doesn't cover the full $250 a month that we need to build our savings back up from. So next we'll talk about, where's that extra €100 going to come from? So where out of the thin air is this extra 100 going to come from to go into our savings? And I know many of you looking at us will think, well, that's not very much money. And to save an extra 100 a month is not impossible. And let me talk about it. We spend $400 a month at the supermarket, or food or drink or toiletries, cleaning products, the lot. I would say for the next 3 months, I don't need to buy any laundry products, toiletries, cleaning products. So that claws some back. We don't use the car as much in the winter. We can take some from that. So let's start adding this up. I can take 100 to 50 back from the shopping budget, taking it from 400 to 300 because I am well stocked up anyway. Although, as you know, I do like to stock up when there are incredibly good deals. So it may not be 100 every month, but it will be at least 50. Then we can reduce our fuel bill for the car from 100 a month to 50 by just not going so many places for 6 months. So that's already given us the 100. We can also make sure that we reduce drastically our electricity because we've got a flexible account with our electricity company. We can actually bring it down. We overpay purposefully and then get money back once a year, but we can just reduce that. So that's saving money on our supermarket bill, saving money on our fuel bill. This month we had a lot of money booked in anyway for me to have my hair cut, but then for the next 6 months I won't be having my hair cut. So there we go. Cut back on hair and beauty, cut back on the supermarket budget a lot, and then cut back on the car fuel a lot, and then obviously save all of our discretionary spending. That should bring us to the amount of 250 a month to claw back to get it back into the savings accounts. We'll keep you posted on how we do. If you've been here before and you know me, you know I do like to be reflective. First of all, we are really grateful that we had the foresight, the hindsight that we've always been saving. So the money was just there. We didn't have to scrabble around for credit cards. We didn't have to leave ourselves short of money this month. What we could do is we could just go to the savings, move money to our current account, and then just spend it. So that was one really good thing. Secondly, we're not worried about this. This could happen to anyone. Thirdly, you cannot plan for absolutely everything. Otherwise, you would plan for the roof needing doing again, or you would just plan for everything, and you can't. You can plan to the best of your ability, but something will still come up. It did with us, and it will probably happen again at some stage, hopefully in the future. So there we go. I'm also grateful of the fact that, I'm not sitting here, as some of you might be in some countries, facing a massive medical bill that I couldn't pay. That's, I'm really grateful for that. So I'm grateful that we had savings and the hindsight to do all of these things and put it in place. And we're also forgiving of ourselves and not beating ourselves about the fact that we didn't and couldn't and can't, and you can't either, save for absolutely everything. We're also grateful for the fact that we've got a little bit of flexibility in our budget, that we can pay it back. So there we go. It was a difficult time, but we had the savings. And when you have a really difficult time and it is very challenging, it isn't a financial emergency. It's a financial inconvenience. And that is what being frugal is all about. It's about making sure that the money's there for when we need it. And if something arises, and it did, we were able to pay for it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you so much to all subscribers, old and new. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.